All right, time now is 6:29. At least 160 people are still missing after the flooding in Texas.
Yeah, and we've invited retired Navy Captain Armen Kurdian, who joins us here live in studio to talk about the latest rescue and relief efforts. Armen, good to have you in. Thank you for taking the time.
So much.
You have been involved in more than 20 years of search and rescue. We just want to ask you first off, describe to us what it is you're seeing when you see the footage, and what must these rescuers be experiencing right now?
Well, I got a 9-year-old boy at home, and I can't even imagine what it must be like for these parents. Rescuers, when they're coming into this kind of a situation, your mindset just completely shifts and changes. You're so focused and so bound and determined to find someone alive, to rescue somebody. Not because it makes you want to feel good, but you've trained, you've got these skill sets, and you want to go out and save lives, because that's what it is you're there for. So they're going to go out, they're doing these 12-hour shifts. They're out there for a long period of time. They don't want to get off shift. They want to find somebody. So that is what they are focused on. It is very emotional for these folks.
Very emotional. We've seen so many pictures and videos of those rescuers next to cars when they unfortunately find people in the cars, when they're finding some of the missing, and you can see how wearing it is on one's soul and spirit.
Yeah, I mean, look at this kind of destruction. You see all this debris that is piled up. You're searching for survivors, but when you're clearing some of this debris and you're going through it, you might find, victims, and it's something you just got to be prepared for.
We were hearing reports of some of these victims that were 20 miles away from where they were actually when that flooding started. So with such a large area, how would they go about setting up the parameters, and how do you go about searching when it's so big?
Certainly. The one point that can't be overemphasized is never underestimate the power of flowing water. Just water up to your knees that's flowing 5 or 6 knots. It's very hard to walk around in it. So you wouldn't think so, but it is extremely difficult. So you'll see the flooding come down, and you'll know how fast the water's moving. So you'll be able to, time and distance, you'll have an idea of how far things go downhill. But at the same time, it could be just a mile down the way. You see a big giant clump of debris. Did somebody get caught up there? Was there debris there? Is it 3 miles, 5 miles down the stream? So they set up a search parameter. They go up. They start moving downhill. Or downstream. They set up search grids. Okay, you search here. This area's been cleared. You search here. This area's been cleared. They use drones. They use humans. They use aircraft. All of these things to basically check, and then once they check everything, they'll go back and they'll check it again.
Yeah, and you're talking right now about the coordination, the plan that goes into play when searching for victims or recovering those victims who are there. I mean, there's still over, 160 people still missing. And even to the very basic, you mentioned drones and the use of some technology and equipment, but they're also on horseback.
Yeah, because you can't, the vehicles can't get down the roads, so horses a lot of times are what's available, but they'll identify the roads or the areas that they do need to clear in order to provide, supplies and rescue assistance to survivors that are actually out there. Something you mentioned very earlier, as when it gets started, a really effective search and rescue, the most effective really has to do with establishing good, solid command and control. So before you start sending helicopters hither and thither, someone's got to be in charge. Someone's got to be there to receive these assets, these resources that are coming into theater, and saying, okay, we're going to start, making sure that everybody's got their lane, everybody's got their zone they actually go search for. And what was also discussed earlier about people wanting to come and help and bring their drones, that's terrific. That's fantastic. Don't go doing it on your own. Coordinate with the authorities so that you don't jeopardize your drone going and knocking into a helicopter kind of thing. So a coordinated effort with good leadership can really be very effective.
I'm glad you brought up that point. I was hearing in some news reports today that they were actually asking for a lot of the volunteers not to get involved and let the people who are trained and professional to be able to do that. Why would they ask volunteers not to help right now?
Well, there's a couple of things. Number one, like I said, you want to coordinate. You don't want to bring your equipment or your drones that could run into something. At the same time, it can be very dangerous. You don't know what's under deep water. It could be something sharp, toxicity. And imagine this thing's going through houses, it's going through walls, it's picking up all sorts of garbage and chemicals and other things that are very dangerous. So it's for the protection of the volunteers. Certainly, if you do want to help, you go to the police, you go to the authorities, the search and rescue folks, you go to the National Guard, say, hey, I've got this drone. Hey, I've got a big truck. How can I help? What can I do to assist you? And more often than not, that help will be brought in, assuming it can actually be.
What do you think are some of the lessons that can be learned from this flooding situation that could perhaps help in the future?
A big part of it, I think, is, on your cell phone, you get alerts, emergency alerts these days. You don't have to install an app, it just comes. When the earthquake came, I heard my phone was making all kinds of crazy sounds I'd never heard in my life, and my house started shaking a few seconds afterwards. That's really important, but at the same time, if you're out in a remote area, I think it's not unreasonable to maybe require some of these camps and these places to have a dedicated emergency radio or emergency response, so that somebody's phone is off, you have something else that's on standby that'll immediately come in, alerts and warnings. And perhaps if you know that your camp or you are placed someplace into a floodplain, that there is some potential danger, that might be something that you might need to do, or perhaps a requirement, like say for, if it's a state camp or a private camp or wherever it is, to say, hey, we're in a low-lying flood area and we're going to come around and we're going to give warning, because even a few more minutes might have saved lives. But let's not kid ourselves. What happened in Texas was like once a century. The violence and the speed at which it happened is not something that you see every day.
That's why they call them flash floods. And it's just a good reminder, with it being summer and all of the camps, perhaps parents who are sending their kids off the camps should talk to the camp coordinators and find out, what are the emergency plans in place.
Tornadoes, fires.
Yeah, it could be, because it could be any sort of natural disaster that could occur.
Well, Captain Armin, we appreciate you coming in and sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you. I hope it's on better terms next time.
I was just saying to your producer, I hope it's on better circumstances next time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.